Hi, I'm Beth Allen, professional golfer, and I'm trying to qualify for the AIG Women's Open. So people of a certain handicap can enter to try and qualify. And then depending on your ranking and how you've done the previous year on the money list, if you're a professional and things like that, you can skip qualifying or certain stages of qualifying. So there's 2 stages for me because I haven't played much all year. So I'm doing a local qualifier at the Buckinghamshire. That's the only place that's offered. And then when I get through that, I will go to North Berwick and play the West Links at the final qualifying.
Hi, I'm Clara Young. I'm from North Berwick. I'm a professional golfer and I'm trying to qualify for the AIG Women's Open. Growing up playing golf in the UK as a kid, I think that's the biggest thing. Playing in the AIG Women's Open, it's like the pinnacle for somebody growing up here. Links golf, it's just what you want to do. So, since it's so close to home as well, with Muirfield, it's 10 minutes from here. It would just be really cool for my friends and family to come along and watch me play in a major.
I can't say I've ever done amazing in any links event, which is weird. I mean, I finished third at the Scottish a few years ago at Dundonald, but for some reason, like, I didn't do very well here, and I haven't done great at Renaissance, and I play off both of those all the time, so I don't know. But I think, like, Muirfield is a good, like, I think I could think my way around there. So I'd prefer to play somewhere like Muirfield than some of the other venues, because I think like experience will really help there. It's a beautiful golf course with so much history, and I think it's amazing that, you know, us women, we get to go and play finally, and that would be amazing to be part of the history and get to play there for the first time. And I've been really lucky. I've played there a lot, so I know it, and I imagine apart from Katrina, I've probably played it more than anybody that will be in the field. So, you know, I'd like to, you know, take my experience and use it to my advantage. So, yeah, I hope I get to do it.
I've played Muirfield probably 6 or 7 times. Love it. I think it's a great test of golf. You've got a lot of bunkers really well placed off the tee and then around the greens, so it's about avoiding those, but it's just a great layout. You play kind of around in a circle and you play like an inner circle inside, so there's a lot of different wind directions. It's not just the same way out and the same way back, so a really good test. Proper link shot in. See if my like grandparents watched this and they didn't, and I was hitting a wedge, they'd be raging. It's a bit more.
Yeah, and Renaissance, yeah.
Yeah. Looking onto the place where you're trying to qualify for?
I know.
You wouldn't try for anywhere else?
No, probably not. Yeah, that's like, I think it's gonna be, well, it's historical, isn't it? It's the first time we ever get to go, and it's, you know, the honorable company of Edinburgh golfers, and that's where I live. So, yeah, it would be really special to get the opportunity to play, you know, at home. The clubhouse is iconic. It is absolutely amazing, and tons of history in there, and it's just there. Like, it's just there to look at, and it's really surreal sometimes when you're sitting in there and you're like, wow. There are proper artifacts in there. And then the par 3s at Muirfield are stunning. They're very, very special, difficult, but really special. And a lot of people think that Muirfield doesn't have great views, but it totally does. And it's different because it's not like, you're not literally on the coast like King's Barnes or stuff like that, but you could see the views are amazing. You could see across to Edinburgh and everything. So I think that it's a thinker's golf course. You kind of have to plot your way around. You definitely have to avoid the bunkers. That's really what makes it difficult. But it doesn't look like much from the start. You know, like, I bet you people play their first practice round and think, oh, actually, this isn't too bad, but they can really bite you. And obviously the elements will play a big part in it too. If it's windy, which it will be, certainly.
I feel like my hat's about to blow off.
For an 8-hole, all play straight, is it?
Yeah, you play, I mean, into the prevailing wind, you play straight into it for the whole front nine pretty much, so. And even when you turn around, if it's this strong, coming back downwind isn't really that easy because the ball just goes and goes and goes, so you've got to allow for it. You've got to pitch it 40 yards short of the green, driver off the deck.
Yeah, go on then.
But if it goes horribly, then you're not allowed to use it. It's gonna probably hit the wall and end up further back. Not bad.
Is it home here at North Berwick then, if that qualifying's going to be?
It's got to be this one we're about to play. The 13th hole is probably my favourite hole at North Berwick. You've just got, it's so unique. You've got the wall in the middle of the fairway, so the green is over the other side of the wall. No other hazards at the green, just a wall guarding it. So very unique and quirky, but I love it. Oh, I thought the wind was going to blow that back a bit. That's actually a good line from there. Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. He knows it. Yeah, it's fine. You need some very, very sharp grooves, which, yeah, you just need a lot of spin, hit it high, hope for the best. You're probably not going to end up that close because you're downwind right now. So, yeah, just launch it over the wall high as you can, get it to try and land soft. Which is going to be difficult off a slightly downhill lie for me right now. Should be all right. I've tried to qualify as an amateur. I only turned pro last year. And I've done the pre-qualifier before, but it was very last minute. I flew in from another tournament and it didn't really go to plan. But so hopefully this time with a little bit more prep, it should work out better. I mean, it's one round of golf, so you just have to kind of treat it like any other round. A lot of people think, oh, you need to get a hotter start just because it's 18 holes, but it's just the same, you know. Maybe for me, I mean, there's maybe a little bit more emotion because I'd want to be playing here in final qualifying and at Muirfield so close to home, but it's just going to treat it like another round of golf. Earliest memories of the AIG Women's Open, probably watching Katrina win it at Lytham in the clubhouse here. I think 2008 or 2009. I might be getting the year wrong here, but watching her walking down 18, winning the tournament, that's I was probably about 12 years old then, so earliest memory.
I've found that once I've passed my mid-30s, I sort of started to care more. And because when I was in my 20s, I didn't care. I was like, this is amazing, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't care if I made a bunch of money or if I didn't, it was just fun. But then once you kind of have to think about what the rest of your life looks like, it kind of becomes a lot.
Right.
So yeah, I think I let that get to me a little bit. And then I just want to leave knowing that I've got something to do. I don't want to be because that happens to so many athletes in general. You finish with your sport and then what are you supposed to do next? And I don't really want to feel like that. So I kind of am lucky because when I won the Order of Merit, I got 10 years exemption. So I don't have to worry about keeping my card. I can dip in and out and do stuff. And if I feel like playing the Scottish Open, I'll play it. But I also don't have to grind it out there to try and keep my card. So it is quite handy. And I know that not everybody gets that luxury, so I want to take advantage of it.
Done the hard work.
Yeah. So.
Now the hardest task is qualifying for Women's Open.
Yeah. I've never had to, well, I've played in 10, and I think I had to qualify for 1. And I've never had to do the first one. Like, I've never had to do the regional qualifier.
Yeah, pre-qualifier.
Yeah, never. So, yeah, this is new territory.
Let's get it.
Yeah, why not?
To play in the AIG Women's Open would be an absolute dream come true. I've started playing a lot more frequently, and the golf is getting into, a decent way, and yeah, I'm really happy, so fingers crossed it goes well today. So this is the first time I've ever tried to qualify for this, because the golf is getting a little bit better than where it was before I moved to Dubai. Yeah, I just thought I'd give it a go. It's another round of golf at the end of the day, so what's the worst that can happen? I've just recently moved back from Dubai, doing a season out there, and whilst I was there, my mental state was like in a really good place, and yeah, I've brought it back here, which is really good. But prior to that, my scores were atrocious. But yeah, it's all in the head, isn't it? So yeah, it's definitely getting better.
I'm going in with pretty low expectations, just because I don't think it's worth, like, I don't want to feel like a lot of pressure. I want it really bad. In the beginning of the season, I had other plans. I thought, okay, I have to play an X amount of events leading up to Muirfield to try and qualify through that way. And that hasn't ended up happening because I've been on a break and I've been taking some time off, and that was important to me. So I think in the beginning of the year, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself and thinking how it would feel not to play. But yeah, I'm sure when I'm standing on the first of the bucky, I'm sure I'll feel nervous because it's unnatural not to. So, I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself. I just want to try and enjoy playing golf for the first time in a long time.
It was a bit of a struggle. Yeah, got off to a pretty bad start with a quadruple bogey up the first, so it was a bit of a grind from there. Managed to get it back to, I think I was still 4 over through 16, had a few birdie chances, but yeah, it just wasn't quite there today. It was a struggle off the tee, so. I mean, there was pretty much no wind out there for most of my round until later on in the back 9, so it was hot, which we're not used to, but it was a lovely day. See how it does today, but I don't think it'll be. I think I'll miss by 2 or 3, so. No, I mean, I'll definitely be back to try and qualify again, for sure.
It went really well. I started off really good, and then the last 2 holes I bottled it a little bit. I think the pressure got to me. But yeah, one of the best rounds I've played in a while, to be honest with you, so I'm happy. Overall, my driving was amazing today. I was really happy with that. Putting was all right. I think I had like 4 birdies today, which I was happy with. So putting was on point. But yeah, last 2 holes, I messed it up a little bit, so yeah, not happy with them. I'm really happy. I'm really happy today. I played like so good. I haven't played golf with my dad in 8 months, and he's just told me that my game has drastically changed, especially like since playing loads out there. The weather helps obviously, and yeah, I'm well chuffed. I think I'm like 2 off in getting into qualifying for final stage. But yeah, maybe next year. I made a deal with him today. I was like, because he hasn't seen me play in 8 months, my game has changed quite a bit. I just said, keep hush, and if I need you, I'll ask. And he stuck with it, so I'm happy. I've never done this before, so that's why I'm really happy, because this is the first time that I've done it. But no, I'm a PGA professional. Started playing at the age of 4. And yeah, I turned pro about 5 years ago now, as a teaching pro. But yeah, going forward, I think I can see a massive improvement in my game, and I think give it 5 years, you never know. I'll be on TV soon. Fingers crossed.
I had 2 over, and I probably made 2 mistakes that I wouldn't have made if I was playing full time. So I was in between clubs on the 8th, that is for real my nemesis hole. I also screwed that hole up in 2013 at the LET event here. So something about it. Anyway, I hit it in the water from the middle of the fairway after hitting a perfect tee shot, so that was a bit frustrating, and made double, and I was 1 under at the time, so I lost a bit of momentum. But I wasn't that bothered. Like, I knew there was a lot of holes left, and 1 over was okay, and I went to the 9th and made par and turned it 1 over, and I thought it's okay, like shoot under par in the back and I'll be fine, or at least near that. And then I did a really silly thing at an inopportune time on the back 9. So on 15, again, I was in the middle of the fairway, and I hit it long, and I really didn't need that much club. I should have just hit it something that covered the front and let it release. And you know, if I had been playing competitively a lot, then I think my brain would have just been automatic do that. But for some reason, I tried to hit it the number. I had 135 yards in, but really I only need to hit it about 120 yards. So I hit 1 too many and made bogey, and looks like that's gonna cost me. But overall, I'm probably surprised at how well I played. I holed nothing. I hit 16 greens, so that was pretty good. I drove it really well, which is something that I've been really struggling with. So overall, I mean, it wasn't a disaster, and we'll see what happens. I might need to get my spot in a playoff, and I might not. I'm hoping not. But no, overall, I mean, it was fine. Like, I enjoyed it, actually, which was good. It's given me a bit of, like, hope, though. Like, a bit of a, you know, fire that it's not all gone. You know, I only practiced for 2 weeks leading up to this, and I had no idea how I was going to do. I was really nervous last night. Like, I didn't sleep well because I was thinking this has been a long time since I've had a scorecard in my hand. So, you know, like, when I started off well, I felt good. As soon as I started hitting balls, I thought, okay, like, I'm not so nervous anymore. This feels like normal again. So I was pleasantly surprised by that, and I'll probably play the Scottish Open now because I feel okay. So let's see. It was so hot today. Like, honestly, I don't think I've drank that much water in months. But, you know, I'll take it. I think everybody here would take this weather any day of the week, and something like this, it's always difficult to do, especially an 18-hole qualifier in yucky weather. So I don't think this will be the conditions we'll be getting at Muirfield or North Berwick, but it was nice. It almost felt like I was on holiday. So I played in the LET events here, and I was trying to think earlier, I think the first one was 13, 14, then I won in 15. I finished second in 13, missed the cut in 14, won in 15. And then I've played in various US Open qualifiers here, all of which I've lost in a playoff. So this place is like, I love it, but it also like breaks my heart. It was my first LET win, and it's the headquarters of the LET, so you know it's special. And you know, when I was on the 9th today, we switched 9s. So on the 9th was the 18th when I won in 2015, and I was like, you know, remembering champagne being sprayed on me and giving a winning speech, and it was really nice. You know, it's been a long time since I kind of had those feels, so yeah, it was pleasant.
I'm pleased to confirm that all those on 73 plus 1 or better will proceed automatically to final qualifying at Berwick on the 1st of August. Returning a score of 74 plus 2 today, there are 6 players tied. Anne Dawson, Amy Bolden, Luca Sasha Thompson, Nicholas Slater, Beth Allen and Jessica Hall. As Amy Bolden is not attending the playoff, the other 5 players, Anne, Luca, Nicola, Beth and Jessica, are through. Thank you for your patience.
I would have been 6 for 5, so I would have liked my chances, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that. I would have gotten anyway.
So North Berwick, you're
Yes.
familiar with North Berwick.
Very.
So that's going to be a breeze then.
Probably. I mean, all I had to do was get through here, and then I was thinking I'll be at Muirfield, no problem. North Berwick should be a breeze. No, I'm joking. You know, obviously the field's going to be stronger at North Berwick with the Americans coming over and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to it. I've played there a bunch. I'm certainly going to play there again soon. I'm actually caddying there in 2 weeks, like for work. So yeah, I'll be super ready, and I'm really excited to do it and surprised.